Hello everyone, welcome to Anime No Mi, and thank you for joining us for another One Piece video. In today's video, we're going to continue with our series of leak videos about chapters of One Piece, and this time we're going to recap the events that we talked about in our previous video, but we're going to add some more that has been leaked about chapter 1052. Now, please remember and give us a little grace that these are just leaks, so they may not be in the correct order, and we may not even have the complete information about what's going on. But as the leaks are released, we'll bring more details, so please stay with us to stay informed. But before we get into these new leaks for chapter 1052, if you're new to the channel, we'd be absolutely honored if you consider leaving us a like, or even subscribing with a comment letting us know what you thought of the video. It really helps us out and motivates us to make more content, and if you'd like to help us out in a bigger way, consider sharing the video or the channel with a friend. But without further ado, let's get into these leaks. So friends, in the leaks of chapter 1052, we've got a lot of interesting information, such as what happened after the Battle of Onigashima, what each pirate who participated in the battle intends to do now, and a potential great danger that lies ahead for everyone there in the country of Wano. As we do in these leak videos, before going in depth with each topic, we're going to go ahead and give you a brief overview of each of the topics and then go into a bit more detail after we cover kind of everything you can expect here in our 1052 leaks. So starting off our list, we know that chapter 1052 is going to be called A New Dawn, and our cover story shows the Germas meeting up with Caesar. The next thing is that there's a transition in kind of chapter that this is 1 week after the Battle of Onigashima, and so we're starting to see how things are taking shape in the land of Wano. Now, it seems that Morgans has already published the news in the newspapers about what happened in Wano, but it was not shown the reward increase of any of the pirates who participated in this battle. We're next told that Zunisha left because the borders of Wano are remaining closed, at least for now. And we also see that Carrot appears to be crying with happiness along with Nami and Otama and Robin for finally defeating the Yonko. The next item is during a conversation between Hawkins and Drake, he tells him that it was indeed himself, Hawkins, who was this 1% man of having a chance of surviving, and that, pretty much anything else, his overall chances of staying alive were pretty low. The next topics include how we see that progress is being made in the land of Wano, and it looks like big changes are already starting to take effect. A Poo and an Eevee seem to have made peace and formed an alliance. We have it confirmed that unfortunately Ashro and Izo lost their lives in this battle at Onigashima. We see that the Straw Hats are all recovered from their injury, even Zoro, who had seen a Reaper or a Shinigami of some sorts in his mind. We also see a little bit of comedy and fan service scenes, including Yamato kind of cutting it up with the Straw Hats. And then next, the next item we see is that Ryokugyu is on his way to Wano along with a Buster Call by his side. So now that we've talked about the topics of the chapter, let's take each one a little bit more in depth so that we can get an idea of how things might unfold in this chapter. Starting off with the title, the chapter is called New Tomorrow, and we're going to get to see what is going on in Wano now that it's not under the foot of Orochi and Kaido. And it seems that a whole lot has been going on, and that Momonosuke is showing himself to be a wonderful and true leader, and that the citizens of Wano are really seeing that they are going to be able to work their way back to a better life. We also have it confirmed that it been 7 days since the Battle of Onigashima, and most people have managed to recover, although there are some enemies also recovering so they can get out of Dodge and leave Wano. As the various allies and individuals are recovering and planning their next goals, we might see how each one is going to turn out in this chapter and kind of who's really been, able to make it through all of the, just craziness that happened in this giant battle. A new and surprising addition from our last leak video is that Morgans actually publishes in the newspaper saying that the pirates managed to defeat Yonko in Wano. And we didn't get to see their bounty increases, but we still got to know that, it's got to go up if Morgans put out to the world what has transpired here in Wano. The leaks also talked about a little bit of speculation that the reward might be told in our next chapter, of course, 1053, or only when they, the crew finally manages to leave Wano and they finally get the news that the rewards have increased, hopefully a lot, after this whole battle. And we also don't know if Luffy, Law, and Kid are going to become Yonko because it's not really decided by Morgans. I mean, he can say what he wants because he runs the newspaper, pretty much the only newspaper maybe, in the world, but it's rather decided by the world government because they're going to analyze how dangerous a a pirate could be in order to consider them as a Yonko. Moving on to Zunisha, it seems that they left Wano because it really wasn't time to open the borders of Wano. And so we don't exactly know what this phrase means, but we don't necessarily know if she just completely left Wano to go back and eternally walk the ocean. It seems that Zunisha might hang out, at least off coast or whatever, just until the borders are ready to be opened, because of course they're gonna want to be close so they can hear Momo. And really, it may just also be a thing that it's so close to happening, they're gonna want to see this thing happen. So for now, we've only just got to wait for more leaks to correctly know what's going to happen with Zunisha. But again, our money's on the fact that they're probably going to hang out around Wano, because once the borders are ready to open, Zunisha's there, and it's not going to be a delay to, finally see this great thing come to pass. From our giant elephant friend, we also move over to one of our favorite mink friends. Of course, we see Carrot, and Carrot appears crying with happiness along with Nami and Otama and Robin, just for celebrating that they're succeeded and they're making Wano a better place after taking out Kaido and Big Mom. And just as they're looking at it, as the country's under Momonosuke's guidance, it's going to become prosperous and just really an open and beautiful place for everyone. After our time of joy with our ladies, we're going to come over here and next talk about our conversation, where of course it's Hawkins talking with X-Drake, and he reveals that it was him who was the 1% person that had the chance of surviving the fight. So we had really speculated throughout, it was a huge thing. I've seen so many different theories out there in the community, all amazing, but Hawkins, it was really him who had that 1% chance. And so he had to play it smart, because he really didn't know how he's gonna manage to survive, because until the battle was called, he could have been at any time destroyed by either side. And especially, he decided to stick by his guns, because although he'd been defeated by Kaido and really didn't share any love for him, he also knew that should Kaido win, if the cards didn't play out the way he'd seen them, and if the raid was unsuccessful, he would have been branded a traitor and really just been taken out by Kaido. So he had to really play it smart and play it careful. So the way Hawkins kind of chose is he decided, well, enemies close, friends close, enemies closer, and chose to stay by the side to see how everything played out. But we gotta guess that, our straw magician here's gotta be really, really happy that things turned out the way they are. The leaks also go on to say about just Wano as a whole, it looks like things are just changing in amazing and magnificent ways already. And we see that people are much happier, and there's so much less social inequality, and that the rivers are no longer looking as polluted with the toxins that the factories made, and people are starting to get food to grow again so that all the citizens of the country can survive. With the hope and leadership that Momonosuke brings to the country, it's already looking that it's on a great track to become this beautiful, prosperous land once again, where not only are the inhabitants just proud and happy and love to live in this country, but really so that the plants and the animals and everything else can also come back to Wano. The leaks also detail the fact that it's not just in the flower capital, or, kind of the center of the country where this is happening, but it seems that really, there's kind of that comparison all around the country of where, once where there were, factories creating pollution, now things are, starting to recover. Our next topic is about a Poo and an Eevee, of course, and throughout the battle in Onigashima, the two were completely enemies. But it seems that since the battle, they've been able to make up and also have allied themselves together for a possible future adventure that they can do together, since of course Apu's main objective really wasn't realized. You see, before being captured by Kaido, there were three pirates of the worst generation, being Kid, Apu, and of course Hawkins, who made an alliance to defeat Shanks, and this of course was the main goal of these three aspiring pirates. So while they were planning and kind of making their move to possible places where they could intercept and come across Shanks, they had something really, really giant fall out of the sky and hit the ground in front of them. And before they realized what was going on, it was already too late. This is of course because Kaido, looking to take his life, had basically jumped or fallen, whatever, from a sky island and tried to commit suicide by plummeting to his death, much to no effect. And of course, when somebody stands in front of Kaido, because they're so easily defeated, he's basically saying, hey, you're going to prison or you're gonna work for me. So since the three failed to complete their plan to defeat Shanks, Apu may be kind of looking to recruit new pirates so he can go back to that original task of defeating Shanks. But to do this, he's gotta take some A-list, friends, and really, there might be not a lot of desire to defeat another Yonko after everything that everybody just went through with Kaido. And because of this conflict, we're also in the leaks, we're told that although we had an amazing alliance of pirates and samurai and ninja and minks and everybody, and although they defeated Kaido and Big Mom and they had many, wins, they didn't come out unscathed. And of course, what we find out, and it's confirmed, which is a rare thing in One Piece, is that we did lose Ashura and Izo during this huge, confrontation against Kaido and all of his beast pirates and of course Big Mom. But even though we lost these two amazing and wonderful warriors, we also have to acknowledge really how kinda in the clutch. I mean, we have of course Luffy and all of the big, battle stuff. But just to talk about these two, what some people would think secondary or even tertiary characters to the main kind of plot and story of One Piece. If we think about it, Ashura managed to stop Kanjuro so that no other loss of life could occur. And of course, Izo managed to defeat most of CP0 so they couldn't escape, or more importantly, capture Nico Robin. So in this way, these two characters played immensely important roles. I mean, let's be real, if we think about those events not occurring or not being taken care of, we might have had a very, very different result going on here at Onigashima. But as we acknowledge our fallen brethren, we also got to get to see that, Luffy and the rest of the Straw Hats have managed to recover from their injuries, and now it seems that everybody's awake and ready for the next step in their journey. One major surprise in the leaks, and it seems that Zoro, who was really could have been dead, I don't know, seems to have just been fine even after seeing a Reaper or a Shinigami or whatever you want to call it in his in his torpor, coma, whatever you want to call it. So we don't know what happened to him inside of his subconscious, but we are hopefully going to see in the next few chapters, we might get to see that revealed. The leaks also go on to say that Yamato is still together with the Straw Hats, and apparently everything is going very, very well, and everybody seems to be very happy together. Now, this brings us to the part where we see some wonderful fan service, and we see that there are jokes being kind of said that are actually have been created by us One Piece fans. Now, it hasn't been detailed what exact jokes they're doing, but it seems that everyone's having just an amazing amount of fun and just in awe of the fact that they were able to help the country of Wano become a livable place and of course defeat Kaido and Big Mom. But with all the good things that of course have happened and all of the great that we see on the horizon for Wano, we also have to remember that we gotta temper this and also respect that this has been a loss as well. So this may not be that moment to have the, end of Skypiea giant bonfire dance party feast thing. We might need to keep this a little bit more chill for right now. And finally, we have the confirmation that a new threat is heading to Wano. One that could cause Wano's destruction if this new alliance of pirates and ninja and samurai and mink cannot stop them. Based on the leaks, Admiral Ryokugyu, also known as Green Bull, is heading directly to Wano. And along with him is a fleet of Buster Call ships that have the ability to destroy islands, just as they've been demonstrated in the past when they destroyed the island of Ohara. So it's not just an admiral, and an admiral we really don't know anything about at that, but it's also the virtuous, just crazy amount of power of Navy ships that are prepared to destroy Wano with everyone there. Just like we've seen the world government do in the past, they will be able to eliminate an island from the map so that they can take the lives of the pirates that are causing great problems in the world. Because on this island, there are now 3 very powerful, and let's be real, the next generation of pirates, and 2 Yonko inside the ground in lava, possibly dying. We don't know. We don't know if they're alive or dead yet. So in this next chapter, we're gonna know the outcome of the conflict, and we're still just gonna get to see that kind of gasp moment, the thing that Oda loves and we love to have him do to us, that will be coming out. But for now, we're just gonna have to wait for more information as we go through it and that. So, my friends, what what do you think about it? What are you excited for in this next chapter? And what do you think we might see with Admiral Ryokugyu? Because we've only seen him in silhouette, so let us know what you think. And also, what are you excited to see in the future for Wano? Or what are you excited to see as far as our next adventure? Let us know what you think in the comments below. So as we wrap up our leak video today, I want to thank you all so much for watching all the way up to the very end. Make sure you comment on any themes or ideas that you'd like to see in future videos. And also, since you made it this far, give us a like or maybe hit that red subscribe button before you head out to take on the rest of your day. Hope to see you all in our next video, and let's keep sailing this giant sea together. Take care.